And good evening, and welcome to the Gary Brodsky Show, starring Gary Brodsky, and why the hell not? Okay, what do I got to address? Got to keep addressing the war on men. There is a war, and it's damn serious, and so serious it's had hidden casualties. That's just a fact. The casualties are not so much the guys who get arrested for man spreading now. That's in New York. Check it out. Look it up. The casualties are in the minds of men who have no opinion, no ambition, no drive, no romance, no lust, no love, no manners. The list is endless. But you can change that. How? Well, the good news for you, GaryBrodsky.com is now having a super sale for the next week, okay? No rush jobs for next week. And then it's going to possibly become an exclusive membership. And I'll tell you why. Because it has been deemed, I don't know who does the deeming, but somebody does, politically incorrect. Politically incorrect. I cannot put Google AdWords up there anymore. I can't do YouTube advertising. Can't do a whole bunch of stuff. Why? Well, it's offensive. Well, I'm going around that. But right now, everything, all the cool stuff is on there right now. So I would suggest moving and getting it as soon as possible because, oh, do you need that knowledge today? Because women have become, shall we say, a little spoiled. In the fact that they know how to manipulate men so well and so good that we have all lost friends, good friends, could have been friends when you were a kid, could be a good business partner. They meet a girl, and you know what happens? Maybe 85% of the time, they're now living in the shadow of that woman. That ain't a good thing. Not good at all. And all of a sudden, they have no opinion, no point of view, no nothing. The woman they're with can't stand them, and they can call you from their car. Hi, how you doing? With a weak, sick, sad voice we've all come to know too goddamn well. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Some just drop out of your life, you don't hear from them for months. Why? She will not let him. Okay, first of all, number one, that is not only an affront to yourself, but it is an affront to God, affront to everything you believe in, and it is the greatest destroyer of men today. Not years ago, men led, and men must continue to lead. That's right. You know, you hear this stuff now, and I hear it from men. I just want to punch the crap out of them. It's like, well, now it should be a woman's world. That fucking voice. Damn, I gotta have good self-control not to go apeshit on them. But it's out there, and it's everywhere. But if you know how to play the game, today the rules are tougher than you can imagine. But that's okay, because the answers are at GaryBrodsky.com. Right now, right there, anything you don't have, get. Doesn't matter which one you start with if you don't have any. You'll see the world differently. I get so much email a day saying, hey, thanks, I got married. Hey, thanks, I met a girl. Hey, thanks, I met 2 girls. It works. Yeah, of course it works. Even got one with Charles Manson on there. Does it work? Yeah. But people are afraid to get it. Why? Because it's not politically correct. It is not politically correct, and it may sound offensive. So sit there, lonely at night, without a clue how to get a woman. You know, the worst feeling in the world for a guy, I gotta say this, I've seen guys suffering, is when you're sitting somewhere and you see an available woman and you have no idea how to take it from step A to B to C to D, straight down to Z, around the corner and back again. and I have some questions, which should calm me down. Oh yeah, I see Bruce Jenner. There's a question that should calm me down. How you doing? Hi, Chris. All right, let's break the loose with this stuff. I've heard nonstop all week about it. That jerk off, Bruce Jenner, going through a sex change. I don't know how you feel about it, but it's so wrong. Yet all the drooling idiots have been going around how inspired they were for Bruce Jenner doing what he did. It's sad, isn't it? It's not only sad, it's offensive. But it's okay to be offensive to me and to you. But that's offensive to God, okay? My second problem with it. My second problem with it is it's unnatural. No kidding. Second, all of the news was pushed aside. I swear this was used to keep the drooling idiots distracted. I posted how sick of it I was on Facebook, and the attacks immediately followed. Oh well. Oh, I got to post one too then. It's amazing with all the stuff going on in the world that you don't know about. The Trans-Pacific Partnership. There's a whole bunch. This is a country's being sold out from right under you. Do you care? No. What's Bruce Jenner doing today? No. What's happening on Dancing with the Stars? No. I got a new app on my iPhone. That's guys today. And those are the macho guys. It's a simple equation. You go along with the sheep, you're going to get slaughtered. And that's what they're doing. And I know it bothers you, Chris. It should bother any normal man. Can you see a father or grandfather going, hey, isn't what Bruce Jenner doing making him a hero? A hero? Is he cutting his own fucking dick? I mean, I'm being serious here. That's a hero these days? The glorification of what I call deviant sex, that's big news. People hail these people. Think of how sick that is. This site exists for one reason, so guys don't get sucked in. It just came out that way. Into that lifestyle, because for lack of knowledge, people want to do anything. Guys today don't have any brains up here anymore. They do, but use them. Next, DJ is the shit ultimate pussy magnet. Thank you, Lonnie, and that's absolutely true. But guys, I'll tell you, most guys like Lonnie today, you tell them, hey, there's a naked girl in that room. She wants you. You know what they're going to do? They're going to freeze up in fear and in terror, and they are going to run out. The world has changed. You want to win? Learn how to be a winner? GaryBrodsky.com. That's it. But, you know, Bruce Jenner's the next big hero, and I know what you're talking about. And I hear people all over going, isn't it so amazing the courage he has? No, the guy's a goddamn freak of nature. And they say, well, what if your kids were gay? Would you still love them? Hey, if my kids were mass murderers, I'd still love them. Doesn't mean it's right. Just enough of this shit. And these people, they're so proud to embrace deviance. Look what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. It can happen here. But on the good side, and there is a good side to most things, not everything. If you're going to extra share, there is not a good side to that, especially the haircut. But the good side is this. If you're alpha today and know how to do your shit, the way it's taught at GaryBrodsky.com, you're not going to run into resistance. You're not going to be accused of sexual harassment. Big fear guys have today. Alphas don't get that. Alphas, what do they get? They get the money, the hot cars, the business connection, and most of all, the beautiful, beautiful women who throw themselves at them. Why? Because they know how to approach, be, and live with the alpha mindset, the alpha body language, the alpha body, the alpha look, all there at GaryBrodsky.com. Now go buy something. As Alex Jones would say, this broadcast is supported by you. So if there's anything out there you don't have, go to GaryBrodsky.com, check it out, buy something, and if you sign up now, you will get a great ebook free. No strings attached, no salesman will call, the usual stuff. Jason, my most valued friend, how are you? Gary Jason here. I just said that. I got it all right. Every fucking program on the site. That's true. And if you have not done the same, you have already lost. It saved me, and it sure as hell can save you. Thank you, my great friend, Jason. What a good man. All right, let's go down these questions here in order. Okay, I'm going to have to read this. It's a little wordy, but I'm sure it's good. This is from another Chris, not the usual Chris. The ancient Spartans didn't even become full soldiers until they hit 30, and the leaders and battle kings who fought in battle were in their 50 and 60 years old. So would you be a king, Sir Gary of Brodsky? I've been called that. Thank you. You have to hear this about the late and great Jack LaLanne. When supported properly, your body is able to produce healthy levels of testosterone well into your 70s, 80s, and even 90s. Jack LaLanne was a shining example of possibility. You're absolutely right. It's a forgotten hero. Just had to mention that. Jack was the poster child for amazing health and vitality through following a lifestyle that gave him amazing health, nonstop energy, and yes, a healthy libido. In fact, Jack and his wife still had an active sex life right up until his 90s. And that's true, and thank you so much for putting that up there. Because I think that's one of the forgotten heroes, and I forgot myself. Jack LaLanne, okay? When guys used to want to have muscle and libido and drive, do they want that today? No. But we got an app that you can listen, now watch football on your fucking phone. That's what they fucking want. I mean, it's just really incredible. An alpha guy today, you know, only recently I see these ads coming up all over my computer. Is your libido shot? Is your testosterone down? The fact is, I'm not making fun of the people advertising stuff because people's libido are shot and their testosterone is down. Some guys' testosterone is lower than women's. That's how bad it got. That's how bad it got. And guys are happy with that. We have DHEA, the purest and the best on the planet, at GaryBrodsky.com. Who buys it? Very few people. Most guys are in the same position with women and with life as they were 5 years ago. Fear of taking chances is woman's shit. Men take risks or we'd all still be living in caves, which might be better than we are today. Because now we're living in prisons of thought control. How do you get out of it? Stop and start controlling your own thoughts. God gave you free will and you fucked it up. Okay? I'm so insane. I'm sane. A friend of mine says that. Anyway, I'm taking a quick drink break. Now is the time to go to GaryBrodsky.com and let's see how many orders we can get tonight. Keep the show going. Just check quick here. Wow, lots of questions. And I'll be right back with the answers. GaryBrodsky.com is an answer. Why do you think there's a war against the alpha male? Because they win. People declare war and demonize anything that works. Just keep that in mind. Lonnie, we're men here. We don't worry about stuff like that. Okay, hi Gary. I actually started doing some rough drawings of each of the characters and some others. I'm no artist. The drawings look like kids drew them. Oh well, back to the drawing board until I get it right. On that note, I started writing some in-depth stories and some background into the world. Great. All right. Derek, how you doing? Good? Good. Good to see you on this show. I was at the pool today and I was teaching my kid to swim. I noticed some ladies gave me eye contact while I was helping my kid swim, but I was trying to concentrate on my kid swimming. So I broke eye contact first because I was doing something more important. How do you deal with eye contact with a girl when doing something you need to do or you need to pay attention to? Does it look beta to break eye contact first? No. It looks beta to not pay attention to the kid and go play with the ladies. He said that breaking eye contact first means that the guy is a weaker male and negative to try because the weaker male will attract predators. Can you elaborate on this, please? Thank you. I'd love to. When you're taking care of your kid, that's your priority. Screw them. And when you break eye contact for a reason that is greater than them, and I believe your kid is a way better reason, they'll want you more. When you're in a bar, it's a different story, unless you bring your kid to a bar, which I would not recommend until he's older. But only 1% of pickups happen in clubs. The fact that all these dating sites exist. I mean, every time I go on Facebook, 40,000 dating sites hit me up. Sign up now for free. Yeah, I just do it for fun. I go through the whole thing. Next thing, hey, where's your credit card? The fact that you need a third party to get a date with, I'm sure, the world's worst feminist out there that can't get a date in the real world because nobody hits on her. And I've heard some really good stories that I won't even repeat here of how bad the dates are. You know, talk about seeking arrangements for a second. At least the women there are so dissatisfied, and I spoke to a lot of them, with the guys today. They'd rather have an older guy, and at least they're being honest. They want money in exchange for their time. That's what they say. And they can manipulate guys very well, too. But some guys, they've got that beat. But that just shows you that's an indicator of how far we have drifted from being men. Really sad. But without DHEA, your testosterone starts falling. And when it starts falling, it's hard to come back to it. You know, your comfort zone becomes your computer, your iPhone. And even if you're doing this, that's more than most guys are doing today for a sex life. Alex, how are you? Glad you brought up the Bible. Because that, of the two words that have gotten me into the most trouble, the two names that piss people off the most, and it's really the saddest statement I can make, is Jesus and Moses. You mention those names on Facebook, 30% lost in friends. In the Bible, they teach women should learn with their head down and in silence. Absolutely true. Do you know in the Bible, Jesus says the effeminate man will not enter the kingdom of heaven? That's in the Bible. I said that in church. And I've been kicked out. I'm the first guy ever bounced out of a church. Jason, how about tomorrow night? Earlier. I have consultations stacked up to the roof. Can't help it. People need my help. One guy did send a refund request on the texting game. He sent a text to a girl and she didn't respond back, and I want my money back, and I'll call my lawyer. We're talking about a $9 purchase here. I said to him, you know what? Here, cheerfully refunded, and here's a whole stack of stuff. Learn it. Get back to me. Just in his voice, the weakness. She didn't text me back. Really? So surprising. All right, Mr. Q, how are you? All right. David McCallum Monsters. Gary, in your interpretation of illness, casting out the demons, there was an episode of Monsters called The Fever Man. A man brings his daughter to a healing man, David McCallum. The father doubts his abilities with his modern belief. David McCallum gets out what appears a quartz crystal and takes the fever out. You know, this stuff has been around for years, and I'm glad you brought it up, Mr. Q. I have a lot of crystals on my site and stuff like that, and they work. They have to. This show was broadcast to you because of the power of crystals. Everything is vibration. Every crystal has vibration. And yeah, I know I can't say this because I'm not a doctor. I can't say that. I said, yeah, sure, why not? But healing is not so difficult. Casting out demons is not that difficult. But instead, because we've been told by Bill Maher and Rachel Maddow, Mr. Maddow, and all those other guys and the prostitutes on the news, ask your doctor, ask your doctor, ask your doctor. Really? When my doctor gets sick, he asks me. I'm not being egotistical about here, but God is the best doctor you're going to ever find. And his crystals and the stuff they put in the earth is there for men and women to use. And if anybody's interested, that Kabbalah amulet has worked so well. It is scary, downright scary. But people don't take chances on their lives anymore. People don't take chances on shit. Look at the guys 40 and under. Can you imagine if this country was attacked and that was a line of defense? Pretty sad. What are you going to do, text them to death? Goddamn scary. Wow, a lot of questions here. Lots of questions. And thank you guys for the questions. What is the best gemstone for being ultra rich? I think I have it right here. I'm always playing with it all the time. The stone. Okay, you sick bastards. This green stone. And now I forgot what it's called because I do that. These go for really big money. And I got them at dirt cheap prices because we found the real source, not the bullshit they sell on eBay. Anybody know what this is called? Because I forgot. And I'm always holding it in my hand. And boom, phone calls come to me. I gotten, since I've gotten the Kabbalah thing and playing with this, I've got hotels. I'm doing very well. Okay, we'll leave it at that. I just haven't sent out that many things in it. I can look it up, but if somebody could go to Gary Brodsky, specialty items, and tell me what the greenstone is called, I'd love to tell you. Man, a lot of people watching, so somebody do me a solid, all right? All right, dear Gary, have you ever heard of, I like this word, see? Things are going to be running the way I want. See? I'm the king around here. Gary, have you ever heard of the guys that act like white knights? They are the feminist male, traitors to male, that always side with the girl because they believe most men are evildoers and they need to protect women from them. Oh, I wouldn't call them white knights. I have other words for them. Have you come across them? They really suck dick. All right, Derek, I like the way you put that. Have I come across them? I couldn't go across the street without coming across these guys. They're everywhere. I see guys, it's just sad. And you see it too. Okay, how you doing, Vic? Good to see you. I'm going to buy your audio, and thank you. The texting game. in a day or two. But I want to ask, do the principles in audio also apply on online chatting such as Skype? Yes, absolutely. Should guys chat to it online at all? Yes. And immediately pull them off and get them to call you. And if they don't call you, they're just having fun. Don't let a girl waste your time. You are worth more than her time. Get that attitude. It's all there on the texting game. Super Green Adventuring. Okay, that's it. GaryBrodsky.com. Specialty items. Super Green Adventuring. We can't keep these in stock, but I do not handle the actual shipping. I know many of you think I do. Okay. But yeah, it'll show you exactly how to get them to want to come off the line and talk to you in person. Unless it's something, girls do that shit for fun now. Girls' favorite job, favorite hobby, fucking with men. You will not become a victim if you get that one. I promise you that. Okay, next question. Mount Rushmore. I did. No, I'm just kidding. I visited Mount Rushmore with my family. Do you believe in the satanic type monument the Illuminati created? It just seems kind of strange. Like all the cult statues in Washington. Thanks. That's the one statue I have not checked out. But there is so much occultism, as we all know. And the occult, because the New World Order uses it, it's got a bad reputation. It works. Try occultforce.com. Everything on there works. And we're going to have a private club soon called, well, I'm not going to announce it now, where you'll get information you would not believe. They don't want you to know how powerful your mind is and what you can do by thinking, by acting, by mixing a few stones together, by even mixing some tree branches and stuff like that. They don't want you to know. They don't want you to know the power of the tarot cards. They don't want you to know the power of all the ancient stuff. Nope. They want you to sit there in a cubicle like a moron for 10 hours a day, traveling 2 hours a day. It's 12 hours a day. Watch some TV, fall asleep, and lose your soul. We are not going to do that. There is a they. Well, right now, as of this moment, we are going to start a we. Okay? Sort of makes sense. And we say they can go fuck themselves. What do you think of that? Yeah, everybody's got it. Song is called Adventuring. How many times do you have to call the spirits before they start channeling to get? Okay, calling the spirits. Okay, all you gotta do is this. Everybody watching, you want to call the spirits? 3 taps. I call the spirits from the east. I call the spirits from the west. I call the spirits from the south. I call the spirits from the north. I accept the spirits to help me out, to make me better, to get me what I want, to give me what I have right now. I claim it. The spirits work for you. If you start letting the spirits have you work for them, you're going to have a lot of problems. All right, time for a quick drink. Another question. All right. Nice picture. Thank you. Not to be egotistical, but I get them all the time. But you do look great, and thank you for sending it. I don't want to be rude. It's actually a pretty goddamn good picture, actually. I'm not going to show it. I'm not going to show it. I don't do that shit. You know what's really funny? Okay, you're out with a few guys. I'm at the gym. I go on a little weeknight. I got laid last night. It's like, you got laid? And these are grown men, adult men. And they can't believe that somebody has sex? And you're going to tell me there's something wrong with the programming out there? That somebody can fucking shorten people's wires out? That's why GaryBrodsky.com exists. For you. Okay, I've got a special item that I'm going to raise the price like $25,000. There are people out there that are lined up for it. It's the Kabbalah. If you have any questions, send them in tonight. I'll be happy to answer them. Is smoking bad for you? I don't think so. That's not a medical opinion. It's my personal opinion. Because God knows they're going to be on me for anything I say. That's why we're going to be a membership-only club. We're going to be the we, they're going to be the they, and we're going to put them in the fucking ground. Their ideas, not them personally. I actually want to help these people. Teach me to go to seminary school for 4 years. We're all in military schools. It all does work hand in hand. But any questions about the Kabbalah, ask me, because I've seen the results. I got to read this one. Hannibal Lecter got me laid and paid. Gary, there is a masterclass display, a range of your Okay, I got to put on my glasses for this. You know where they are by any chance? No, you wouldn't know that. But I do. Ha ha. Gary, there's a masterclass display of a range of your products in a Hannibal TV show, particularly dealing from strength. The Charles Manson stuff is some of the elements of your wealth items. Do you notice there are hardly any guys wearing suits nowadays because behaving like a gentleman? P.S. The Charles Manson item is still my favorite. You know, it's funny, and I'm glad you have that audio. It's on there, audio programs at GaryBrodsky.com. Check it out. Charles Manson, the world's greatest pickup artist. I'm not here to judge him. I am not here to judge. I'm here to help. But he was, to this day, the greatest pickup artist. 301 girlfriends when he was arrested. And he had a way of using, and I got to do a second webinar on Charles Manson tactics. He knew how to say it. Now look at him, okay? 5'2", 130 pounds, not well dressed, not well educated, but he knew how to work women. So we learned from him. We learn from those who have done it. All right, testimonial for MK66. Hey Gary, I used MK66 for job promotion. Worked like a charm. Thanks. Okay, let me tell you what MK66 is. It's at GaryBrodsky.com, so you can find it and you can get it. Seduction items. MK66 is incredible. And then somebody else just popped in and say the same thing. I know it works. And it's all made with legal substances. What does it do? It gets people to agree with anything you say. Everything is based on scents. So they breathe in that scent, which is totally odorless. Men, women, dogs, kangaroos, if you ask them to do something, they'll say yes. It is a compliance pheromone. We are the only people on the planet that have it. MK66 at GaryBrodsky.com. I can go into a whole speech on how the MK products were developed. Okay, dealing from strength. I like that already. Excuse me for 1 second, because I'm sure this is good. Gary, I've listened to a very common theme with you. Dealing from strength. It's very samurai-ish and Spartan. The Spartans are very big believers in saying less with more meaning. They value speech and try to express important ideas in only a few sparse words. The idea of speech was brief, but it made a big impression upon the listener. That means they didn't put up with bullshit artists who go on and on without getting to the point. Okay, and a great quote here. You only say what's important to me, and you own the scene. Steve McQueen, another great man. Hey, John. Hey, Gary, thanks for the Manson audio. I am now dating 4 women at the same time. They all utilizing all the techniques of Charles Manson. They do anything I ask, and I know John very well, and I know that he would not make something up. That Manson audio is incredible, and they're going to make me pull it down. Or I'll have a website that only I can look at. So it's up there now. Get it now. The Seductive Powers of Charles Manson. I would do an impersonation of him, but I'm not quite revved up yet. Because I don't just talk about how he spoke, because it doesn't really matter. You don't have to have his accent. And you don't have to have his style of speech, when he go crazy like that. But he knew what to do. He knew how to take. He was a chemist. You didn't even know that. Not with his drugs, not with all that other stuff. He knew how to hit women chemically. And I got to teach everybody how to do that. To get the oxytocin first, the dopamine second, and the serotonin third, and you got a woman who will do anything you want. If you're interested in that webinar, let me know, and I'll set it up for Wednesday. All I got here is one yes tonight. Playing with women's chemistry. That's what I say. It's all chemistry. And they're right. That's the one thing they're right about. But it's also chemistry is good, but it can be used to destroy, and they're using the chemistry to destroy. You get a receipt in a drugstore, there's BPA in that. Bisphenol A. It kills your manhood. So all that will be included on the webinar. DHEA knocks that right out of your fucking system. So does blood gold. Hey, they're poisoning us now. I have the antidotes. Blood gold is one of the biggest antidotes out there. The biggest side effect I've heard, and I've heard this a lot, is I don't want to go to sleep tonight because I feel something good is going to happen. And guess what? Gold is an attractant. That's why everybody in the world wants gold. That works. All right, no payload head stories tonight. Next, let's get going. Let's keep this rolling. I was listening to Rush Limbaugh, who just had a few, and he chewed out the idiot who said he was the new normal. And Rush said that the most unnormal person there is are idiots like that showing up nowadays. It makes me sick just thinking about it. Okay, who was the new normal? I must have missed something there. Hey, Dan, how you doing? Gary, my most valued friend. How you doing tonight? Can you do some overtime? Got to make a phone call at midnight. A little after midnight. Sorry, Dan. That I cannot do. But get your questions in, Dan. Get some testimonials out here. I know you're you're a good guy, Dan. I mean that in the way you think. Dan gets laid. Everybody on this show gets laid. But they want more. And why not? Who said you have limits? Oh, the news did. The news makes you feel. That's one thing I don't watch, the news. It doesn't change. It only is there to brainwash you. All right, a lot of questions here. Lots of questions. More questions, more purchases. This is almost a record-breaking show here tonight. Record-breaking. Okay, the guy with the small. Now, small type, but the big words just sent me something. Here we go again. The big cracks in the dam, which is society, is beginning to painfully show for all of us to see. This is good. It's just a matter of time, as us men haven't been anything yet. Just wait till Hillary is president. Then the country will really have you by the short and curlies. Feminism is the only sugar-coated topping of this madness. From people getting arrested for manspreading in New York, a false accused carry around a mattress, and don't even get me started on Bruce Jenner. A country with no structure, anarchy is doomed, and totalitarian state with too much structure, such as the Soviet Union, is bound to stagnate eventually. There is no honor in this. It's simply a battle to win. Si vis personam parabellum. It means if you want peace, prepare for war. That's why they call it 9mm parabellum, for war. And yes, I do speak Latin. Quaten nomen nihies, quo vadis, in nomine Patri, Filii, Spiritus Sanctus. Do the rich use super armies? Yes. But not in every case, I'll be honest with you. Some just naturally have it in their blood. It's just in their blood, and their armies count is through the roof. They sit there and say, well, they have it, I don't. You can put the same thing in your blood and have the same. Rich people are not necessarily smarter than you, or they're definitely not better than anybody. They just have a chemical makeup. It's like you see a really hot girl, not that pretty, but something really sexy about her. Why? She's radiating a certain frequency. Armies will give you the frequency that what you think about becomes your reality. And if you think negative stuff, it totally ignores it. So yeah, I recommend everything. Because there is a war now. We don't play games now. Now, listen to one audio. No, this is serious business. Lest the race of us few alpha males will all be gone. Gone and never thought of again. You look at an old black and white movie I was watching with my son today. He goes, wow, did people really act like that? I said, yeah. And then I cut everybody's balls off. Where is my goddamn guarantee knife? Oh, I'll use one of the other ones. If, for any reason, any of the products, any of the audios, any of the books, the ebooks, get them. Why? Because people don't read anymore. And a leader is a reader. But if for any reason you don't get laid, like you never believed within 30 days, your money back plus the knife to cut it off with. Wow. Try it. That's my guarantee. This thing is buzzing tonight. Danny. Do organs also block electromagnetic frequencies? No, they radiate yours out and they block negativity. Negativity, think about it today, okay? Let's talk about negativity for a few seconds. Have you ever seen a world so depressed? Every girl's on antidepressants, Zoloft, whatever. Just keep playing with this. Orders coming like I've never seen before. Yeah, depression didn't exist 100 years ago. Read any book. Don't talk about depression. Occasionally, a rare case, Freud found them. But they were so rare and few and far between. Now, it's 38% of people are on drugs for it, and about another 20% are depressed. Why? Because if you live a miserable lifestyle feeling like you're a loser, you become depressed. Want to feel like a winner? Start winning. Start taking chances. Go out there. Talk to that girl you're afraid of. She says, no, big fucking deal. Who the fuck cares? Do I care? No. Do you care? No, you don't care. This is an alpha power blast tonight. Great questions here. How long does it take when taking blood gold to completely eliminate negative DNA? Starts within 4 hours. So for any of those who are interested, it's like that kid who may have beat you up in kindergarten. All that is carried around with you as negative energy. And it starts getting rid of it like this. I don't know how much you have, but it's like, you know, like you in Who House with a credit card. It just keeps going and going and going. It is so good. You take it in the morning, it's like, I got to conquer the world. And you do, in bits and pieces. It takes a very short time. And I have a bottle here, Dan, with your name on it. Oh, I had your name. I have one bottle in the office I was supposed to show on the show. I don't feel like walking over there. But I do strongly recommend it. All right. Gary, that Jen idiot who cut off his own dick. And yes, I want to be on the webinar. Okay, you got it. This Wednesday, look for ads. If you want to know when it's happening, sign up at GaryBrodsky.com. I'll notify you about all the webinars. Hookers of Desperation. I got to read this one. Oh, it's from Dan. And what a surprise. I'll tell you something about prostitution, about the most honest business deal you ever get in this country right now. This is a country run by liars, and we know who's running this. I like the occasional strip club and hookers. I know you do too. With that said, a few times I went to some guys, they were known as Johns or regulars. You know, when I put them on the spot to call real women to fuck them, they got all nervous and beta. Each and every one of them. So at the end of the day, I feel that constantly going to hookers and strip clubs, with you as an exception, robs you of your drive to actually seduce women. Do you agree? Absolutely. 100%. And I'll tell you why. I went to strip clubs for a while. I never paid a strip a dime in my life. But I would see guys go out to a regular club and hand a girl $20. It's about love, romance, and passion. It ain't about money. Charles Manson knows that. Ain't about the money. Ain't about the money. You got enough money, he'll walk backwards. I ain't about money. I'm about women. I'm about winning. I can get anybody to do whatever I want. My biggest problem is who I'm going to kill today. Little Manson imitation. You think you make the type any smaller? But always big words and small type for this gentleman. We are all our own. We are all our own prisoners. We are all our own wardens. That's a good one. And we can do our own time. Prisons in your mind can't see that I am free. Prison doesn't begin and end at the gate. Prison in the mind is locked in one world that's dead and dying. It's open to a world that's free and alive. Charles Manson. Gary, the unsung hero of your items have to be the one of beliefs, such as power, self-talk, act as if, etc. It's funny, I cured my approach anxiety years ago by psychocybernetics. Yeah, how to act as if, mind things, all at GaryBrodsky.com. They'll show you everything that is obstructing you from success in every endeavor today. Most guys don't want cures. Guys and women and the world reacts on emotion. That's why, people smoke crack and take drugs. I don't do that shit. But if you think about it, here's something to ruin your life, and people buy it. Why? Escape. The reality is escape. They'll ruin their lives. They'll live in the street. They'll suck dicks. That's true. You know about this, the crack addicts. For like $4, I know what you're thinking. Hey, it's a great deal. No, it's really sad to see people like that. Because they just had to escape from the reality of life. Because you have to know how to live it. It's a game, and check out all the audio programs at GaryBrodsky.com, the ebooks, the supplements, every drop-down menu you could find. It's all there. so you don't have to escape into a world of drugs which will rob your soul. Have a good night and thank you for everything. Thank you. Okay. Soon I will buy 2 bottles of blood gold. Take the doses on the bottle recommends. The second, just chug it all down at once. Now, just take the recommended dosage. It's like taking anything more is like pushing the elevator button a lot, because I still think that works. After the elevator's not here, keep hitting the button. You don't need to do that. All you need is a capful. Dan, I can't answer that question on the air, but it's a great question. Really is. On that note, let's go with the last and final round for questions. And I'm looking forward to this because this has been one hell of an alpha power show, hasn't it? I am on a mission from God. That's right. I'm not joking about that. Laugh as you will. I will reestablish the kingdom of God right here on earth. The God that says and commands men to love women and women to be obedient to men. And if that pisses you off, don't blame me. That's Jesus Christ who said that, okay? Private message. I will definitely take care of that, Chris. Okay, we got time for one more question. Okay, going once, going twice, going 3 times. Well, I'm going to have a cigarette with you guys, and then I'm gone. And if you want muscles, which every ad you get, everybody getting hit with that. The DHEA is the only proven muscle building supplement that there is. And we have the best one. Look at this. Ready? Yeah, I got the pecs. I got the arms, I got the legs, got the lats. And I hardly work out. Just mention that. Wow. Dan will have to talk about that later. Gary, it's quite comical watching your shirts and you wrestle. Huh? Sluts, for you, it must be a nightmare. Could be a lot worse, though. Well, thank you. You look like Mr. Olympia, Ronnie Coleman, lightweight body. I don't know what you mean by that, but hey, it's a compliment and I'll take it. Okay, I guess that pretty much wraps this show up. Getting this thing up on YouTube is a common experience, only because I'm not great with computers. So I actually got them up there the last 2 times by accident. Somebody's going to show me how tomorrow. But anyway, everybody, thanks for being here. Go to GaryBrodsky.com. Go to occultforce.com. And the most ignored website that is one of the most powerful, braintrainpower.com. See you all next week. Thank you for being here. Bless you all. Peace, prosperity, love, joy, health, and everything else. Thank you and good night. GaryBrodsky.com. Thank you. Good night again.